Alright, hi everyone, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Python and TK inter. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to create a live I want to plot my data. I want to make a user interface and show my sensor data on that user interface. So this is the part one basically. So basically I just wrote a function which basically gives me a random value, which is nothing but my sensor data. And now let's go ahead with the code further. So this is nothing but I'm using the threading module, and this function is going to be calling itself after every 5 seconds. So I'm going to get the data after every 5 seconds. So let's move forward with the user interface. So main window equals to tk dot capital TK. So I have created my main window. Alright, so I need to configure the geometry of that window. So that's gonna be 640 cross 340, of course. Then I'm gonna do main window dot title. I'm just gonna say sensor data. I'm gonna say main window dot main loop. Oops, main loop. That's it. My user interface is ready, my very basic user interface. Now let me just pop in a label for display equals to so tk dot label. All right, where I want to display the label, that is gonna be main window. That's correct. What is the text of the label? I'm gonna say oopsie sensor data. Oops, sensor data. All right, lovely. So label.display.grid. So what I'm gonna do is row equals to 0 comma column equals to 0. So basically first row first column, place it on that place the label on that element. So row is equal to 0, column equals to 0. Then I'm gonna specify some padding on the x-axis. It's gonna be 10. I'm gonna specify some y padding, that's gonna be 10 as well. And stick equals to NSEW, basically align everything on the center. Let's see, without that, first of all I would like to add a parameter known as font. So it's gonna be Arial, ARIAL. Oh god. All right, it's gonna be, the size is gonna be 22, and let me run it and make sure if it's working. So we are running it, and we got our user interface known as sensor data. So that's pretty good. Good. Now we need to do, what we need to do is basically add the values, or how about this? Let me change the color equals to red. Let me just run it to make sure that this changes was applied to my user interface, and sure it is, it's a red color. Just to make sure, I'm gonna make 34. All right, and this is my sensor data, which is returning a random number, which is my sensor, which is nothing but a temperature actually. So TMPERA, temperature data in Celsius, and a string mark. All right, now I need to display the data on a user interface live like a clock. How do I do that? So the way you do that is I'm gonna use the clock module in this. So just to make sure that I'm doing things correctly. So here you see I am using these all libraries, and this is the clock module that I'm going to be using to do my code. So just gonna say just want to make sure all the libraries are there. So it's going to be clock dot after actually, you know what, I don't need it because I'm already using the threading module. So this code is going to be executing after every 5 seconds. So I just need to make a label for my data. So label underscore d equals to tk dot label, and the label is going to be at main window. All right, and simply copy paste because I love doing copy paste. So yeah, and don't forget the name. So label underscore display underscore t, that means this is for my temperature. Oopsie, yep, t. So just want to make sure the name is correct. All right, now I just need to configure it here. So I'm gonna say l underscore d underscore t dot config, sorry, text equals to x of just gonna say 0, and hopefully this will work absolutely correctly. So I have the temperature here, and let me see what did I do wrong. So I have row equals to 0, column 0, row equals to 0, column equals to 1. Let's make it 2. Okay, so label underscore d underscore these two, that's my label for basically temperature. So let me just make sure the code is correct. So let me go to my debug window real quick. So config, yep, that's correct. All right, so oh yep, I just forgot to call the function basically, so a silly mistake, I'm sorry for that. So I wrote this function, I need to call this function, right? So the way I do that is get data. So this is gonna call the function, keep updating the label, and let's run this and see that in action. So let me make this a little bigger because it's pretty small. I'm just gonna terminate it. Font equals to Arial. All right, let's run this and see that in action. So here you see after every 5 seconds the temperature would be updated on my user interface live. So it's 29 right now. It's just basically right now a bunch of random numbers, but you can link your sensor data through Python. I have already videos how showing how to do that. So basically you use a serial module. So here you see it's updating live your temperature on a user interface. You can design your entire user interface. So I hope you guys liked this video and enjoyed it. If so, do give a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any question, comments, please let them know by doing that in the comment section below, and I shall try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. The code is there in the GitHub account, so if you go to my GitHub account and the code could be found there, you can modify the code, you can play the code. I am gonna post a better version of the code. Let me just run that. That is this one that I wrote. So if I just run this, so here I have in a better way. So I have the time, I have the sensor data, usually temperature, and it's updating temperature after every second. You can see 26. So that's it. The code is there in my GitHub account. Please feel free to download it, play with it, modify the code, and if you have questions, please let me know. If you need help, let me know, I can help you. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, suggestions, or if you want to send me feedbacks, you can do that by sending me an email at shahshah SOUMIL at 519 @gmail.com, and I shall see you guys in the next video.